Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? Uh, Feeling great this morning. Like I said, we were missing a day out of the week, which was Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. And now it is Friday. So we have jumped in time again on a Thursday. And I point these things out because I find them to be miraculous, you guys. This has nothing to do with any type of conspiracy theory or anything like that. I just find it to be miraculous and attributed to God's glory, all right, and his incredible abilities to be able to even move days. Um, you know, um, and I gotta say that this morning when I woke up, uh, it's been happening little by little for a while, but it's been a major breakthrough. Um, you know, Me waking up this morning, and uh, in the morning when I first wake up, which is generally, you know, 2:30 in the morning, something like that, and I kind of doze on and off until about 3 a.m. All right. And then if I need to, from 3 a.m. to 4, I do stretching. So usually I wake up at 3 and I start getting ready to go down and prepare to exercise. Um, but I start stretching. I call these, um, you know, para stretches, meaning like, like a parachute, because I stretch while laying in the bed, and I use the resistance or the drag from the the uh, the blankets in the bed to cause resistance to hold my position when I stretch. And I got to say, like, today, my body really opened up. I don't know what this phenomena is. Maybe some of you all out there know what it is, but it feels it feels like my body is breathing, especially my brain. Um, and I know that oxygen travels through the brain, but my brain um, opens up and my body opens up on the inside of my body, if that makes any sense. And I'm not a scientist or whatever. And it feels like my body is actually breathing. It feels like my brain is breathing right here, and my brain is breathing in the frontal lobes, not as in pressure or headache, but actually like breathing, like as if they were lungs. And I hear the fluttering in my ear. Okay, the Bible talks about the Holy Spirit speaking in groans, you know, and it is as resurrecting, in the morning, because sleep is the cousin of death, and it's like resurrecting in the morning, and let's say like when people die, they get rigor mortis or whatever. And when I stretch, it's like stretching out of this rigor mortis, maybe even a butterfly coming out of a cocoon or something. You know what I'm saying? And like there is a fluttering response, and I can feel all inside of my body that when I stretch a particular area of my body, that portion of my body opens up, and then it clears out my hearing, as in like my hearing, and behind my nose, like my sinus cavity clears up, because I have allergies real bad. But naturally, it has been doing this thing. So it is as my body is breathing. And it's interesting that the Holy Spirit is called the breath of life. And maybe this is the phenomena that I'm experiencing pertaining to breathing. Now, I looked up online different things to see if like the brain breathes in any type of way other than the oxygen that travels up there inside of the blood. And I couldn't find anything. So it must be a spiritual thing, possibly, that causes physiological um, physiological effects. Of course, if my brain is opened up, my brain is breathing, it means that my thinking is going to be clearer and better. My mobility is better. Uh, my range of motion. These things are attributed to stretching. And I think that stretching is important. But what I didn't know about stretching is how it can open up your capacity to breathe. Stretching for me is not relaxing as it is for others. Many individuals have testimonies about stretching and liking to do yoga. I think yoga is tormentous as hell. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like me being in my 40s, this is a vital thing that I should be doing is stretching. You know what I'm saying? And I see the importance of stretching, not only in range of motion, but if it allows me to breathe better, this is something that I'm into. I'm into core things. I'm not, aesthetic pertaining to, fitness or whatever. That's cool. But to be healthy and vital things such as breathing, central nervous system, mind body connection, these types of things are far more important to me. So now I may potentially look into stretching again because just doing it has allowed me to be able to breathe much better. My body feels as if it's more open in a respiratory type of way. And it feels like my body feels alive. Yeah. So I want to talk about that. There is a video actually. Let me walk over here. That I watched after I got back from exercising. My body had opened up. My sinuses had opened up so that I could breathe better. And I happened to see it, and it was Dr. Alan Mandel. Okay. And then it says DC after that. The name of the video is Reset Your Nervous System in 30 Seconds. And he has this cool trick to do that. And I tried it. You know what I'm saying? He's very knowledgeable. I just added his channel. The name of the channel is called Motivational Doc, all one word. And but I suggest you checking out that video, Reset Your Nervous System in 30 Seconds. It's an amazing video and tip. And when you try it, you will feel it by the end of that video. And my mind was blown. I was highly impressed with this information. All right. The other thing I want to show you is I'm going to watch Donald Trump's speech at the RNC because you guys, I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the debate. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at a bit of Biden's press conference. Not even the whole press conference. I probably seen maybe two or three questions get answered. And that was it. I just happened to turn on the TV at that certain time. But so today I'm going to watch Donald Trump's speech at the RNC. And right off the bat, I could tell you, man, a lot of this stuff reminds me of Built for Awards. Already, he's up there. He's got a bandage, you know what I'm saying, over his ear. And remember, I make a lot of references to Van Gogh. And it makes me think of the Bible, man. He that have an ear, let him hear, pertaining to this being God's country. And I know this may sound conspiratorial, but at the same time, it's just kind of interesting. He that has an ear, let him hear. And you will either find God or the devil in the details. But either way, okay, when you look at these things, they just stand out. I already think that it was a false flag. I mean, and the reason I believe that is because the timing. And there is not going to be a lone wolf that does that job. And all these shooters that come out, they all happen to be lone wolves. And that's not true. All right. Like I said, back in the day, it used to be a thing where it was like witchcraft on you, or something, that if you woke up at 3:30, because we were having active shooters. And I think this occurred around the time of Columbine, that the younger generations were experiencing sleep difficulties and waking up in the 3 a.m. hours. And it clearly depicts this in the TV show The Boys, because it shows the alarm clock each time the gentleman wakes up. And this is to trigger a former past memory response in which you may not remember from this lifetime, or certain minute details or aspects of histories pertaining to this history that you may remember, the 3:30 phenomenon. And how these things happen, they'll happen at one time, and then if there's other lifetimes or cycles stacked on top of this one that individuals will repeat, then those occurrences will become less and less. Okay, meaning the impact or the amount of attention that is placed upon those things will become less prominent the next lifetime, because it'll be a new layer and it'll be a little bit of other new things going on, but it'll still occur until it kind of cascades into not happening whatsoever. So it kind of phases in and out through different lifetimes and through different lifetimes and periods, almost as in half of a bell curve. You understand what I'm saying? That's the closest as I could describe this, which is probably not that great. But right off the bat, the brother, he got the tape on his ear, and it makes me think of Christ was always saying, "He that have an ear, let him hear." And this would seem to connotate to me that, this being God's country, Mr. Donald J. Drumpf, okay, because his real last name is Drumpf, not Trump, Drump. It might be an F after that, Drumpf. All right. It could be connotative or something like that. All right. Now, I can't put that out there because that would be potentially maybe omentish or hearsay. But it is a detail that I pay attention to, because when King David fought Goliath, when he picked up his stone and he cast his stone at Goliath, it hit Goliath in the middle of his eyes. And as you know, right there is the first eye, or the seat of intuition, or the throne. You see what I'm saying? And Goliath went down in that one shot. He hit him in his throne, in his third eye. You know what I'm saying? So, because it said that Goliath was possessed by Leviathan. Okay, and this is where these spirits that possess your soul sit. Okay, is in your first eye. That's where they're gonna sit. So it's symbolic, that's where Goliath was hit. He was hit in the mind. It staggered him. He couldn't do nothing about it, and it consumed him, So here, I just want to show you Donald Trump with this thing on. I have to turn this way. Let me see. Here we go. No living being. Sorry, I get commercials and shit. I don't have the premium YouTube. Good, real food is simple. Here, let's skip that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now you see Donald Trump here. And you see that he has that there on his ear.
Thank you, Kid Rock.
And I want to show you this here. Remember, the bullet struck and it went past his face and struck the ear, right? So maybe they covered up that scar with makeup. It would still be something there for us to see to some degree. And you see that mark is not there from the bullet. So that bullet would have cut his face at that highest speed And
months from now, we will have
it's completely gone.
victory.
You know,
And
that
we
is
will
completely
begin
gone. That part that was on his cheek. So I find that to be interesting. Less the blood from his ear getting struck this way, squirted forward in a sharp line, you know, without, you know, any kind of drip. So it's just kind of interesting,
color and creed.
as you can see.
The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a
Here's the thing, man. People think that I'm capping on Donald Trump or anything like that. But listen, if you're going to run the country, I have to trust you. And right now, a lot of this hoopla and soap opera stuff, I mean, I do have considerations for any individual that's gotten shot. I've gotten shot before. But at the same time, listen, I'm an adult. Things here is looking very interesting. Even before this RNC situation, I've already uploaded Built for Awards, and they go right into this thing. I mean, his campaign is so majestic, it's turning into a MTV award show. Peace and blessings be with you all, man. You want a president or a rock star?